Hey everyone, nice to see you guys all back to listen to me ranting. But you know what? There's a good reason why I had to make this video. And I'm gonna get to the point. I have a lot of really good subscribers as well as viewers, to which I appreciate you guys emailing me. It's really great that you guys are responding to my videos. I'm getting interaction, feedback from, well, this channel, and it's amazing. Now, on top of that, not only do I love every single one of you for that, I will say, however, that amongst the many that are contacting me, it's almost as if that just a select few, you don't have that sort of experience. Now you're probably saying, oh, what is Spencer talking about? Well, think about it. It's the situation that I'm talking about is when it comes to these emails and when I provide these services, individuals are contacting me as if I'm like a genie. You know, I'm a male witch, yes. But I want to make this point that ritual doesn't just work like that. You know, the spiritual world doesn't do that. And if anyone on YouTube or social media that claims to be a witch or warlock, a satanist, whatever have you, try to promise you these get-rich rituals, and they'll be very quickly, then, you know, happen very quickly, then I got news for you. You know, perhaps give me the comment or a link to these guys' social media, and maybe I could get rich too. But even though I'm joking, because it's like, it just doesn't work that way. The point that I'm trying to make, and I'm going to be very serious about this, is that the emails that I get are like really, it's really enterprise with exactly that. It's like individuals are not understanding how it actually works. Like, for example, if someone is going to ask to do, you know, to ask me to do a ritual of a money spell, I don't mind doing it. But it's like, if you can't do the task that I asked you to do in order for this spell to work out effectively, then what's the point? That's like saying you don't want to do any hard lifting on your own part. Mind you, heavy lifting, it's really me that's doing it. I'm connecting with the deities that I work with so that I can supply and give such a service. Let me give an example. I want to go to an example like finances. If I'm asking questions and you feel as if that you cannot, I guess, do the task that is at hand, and I'm asking you how to better your finances now and to help, you know, with the ritual so that it could actually manifest for you, believe it or not, there are people that don't want to do that at all. Like, for example, I'm going to be very I guess keep it simple for you. Like, if you're worried too much about your finances, you're worried too much, and you're doubting the ritual, you're just all this negativity, you are in fact hampering the process. You know, you're hampering the process, and these are the same individuals that will get upset with me and tell me how, you know, it did not work. And then when I ask them, did you do the task? Then I get like the comment like, well, what do you mean not to worry? Mind you, they agree with the fact that, you know, when I essentially told them not to worry about it, and if you do worry, it's going to hamper everything, and they agree to all that, and when they realize that it doesn't work, now it's my fault. It's like they wasn't paying attention. And mind you, I keep certain emails as documents as I copy and paste their own information, and then I give it back to them, and I said that, but you agreed that you was going to do this, and if you didn't, then look at the result. You know, it's like, I'm not laughing at these individuals. It's not a moot point that I make this video, because it means that I'm getting feedback. That's good. It's a very good thing. But in order to be more successful in the things that we all do on this channel, you also have to do the work yourself. It's not like I'm telling you to connect with the spirits directly, because otherwise you wouldn't pay me or contact me so that you could get these services that you feel that you deserve. All I ask is that for me to do the heavy lifting and you just do your own part. Like, I remember I won't go into detail. People know who they are if they watch these videos. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot, but it still makes the point, because I'm going to make up another scenario. It's like someone asking me about, they want me to connect them to their soulmate or something like that. And when I ask, just not trivial questions, these questions are there for a reason, so I can understand the thinking of the client. Okay? And it's really determining how well someone follows instruction and how much they really want it. Because I could ask them about that soulmate, and then I could say, you know how the spirit world operates. Do you in connection with the physical world? If they say no, remember, there's no wrong answer. I'm not gonna hurt the person because they don't know. That doesn't make sense. In fact, it's not like you're not going to get what you want if you just don't know. That's not the point, because I'm not gonna ask for you to give me this amount of money, or any amount of money for that matter, if you don't do the work first. But remember, I'm speaking to individuals that when I give them the task at hand, they agree to do it, and then they don't want to admit to the fact that they agreed to do the task, and when they didn't really do it, now it's all of a sudden the Satan's fault. It's Odin's fault. It's Zeus. It's Aphrodite. It's the witch's fault. But you didn't even do the work. You didn't even know how, let's say, quantum physics is definitely in fact connected to the occult as far as the timing is concerned. Because if you're asking me to connect you to Aphrodite and a soulmate, and you don't understand that that takes time, not immediate results, and that soulmate that you don't know may be from Japan, Europe, and it takes time for, let's say, their situation currently, the moment that you ask, you make this request for a soulmate, they may have financial issues over there as of right now, and it may take, guess what? Time. It's going to take time for them to get their shit together, make that alignment work out perfectly with you and this individual so that you guys could meet. But somehow, individuals would agree that they know how it works, they have X amount of experience, and then when it doesn't work out, now I'm at fault. Well, we could play the blame game all we want, but it's not going to basically bode so well for the person that is requesting, my services. It's like you have to do the work. I'm going to constantly repeat that. You have to do the work. If the person, let's say, says that they have X amount of experience when it comes to dealing with the occult, demons to angels and goddesses, gods, and whatever have you, and I go, okay, this is how you do it, and I give information. I either write out the information myself, or there's a site that I found that just works perfectly for me and your situation, and I tested it out. I give it to you, right, through email, through whatever, and you don't even want to follow through. The complaints usually are, it will take too long. I want it now. And then I'm the person that's bad because I'm actually, in effect, giving you a task to do to help you. It's like one of those things where it's like, why kill the messenger? It's like, before I go to any of the demons, the angels, the gods or goddesses, I want to make sure that I'm dealing with a client that knows what they're talking about as well. Because it's not Hollywood. It's like, we got to stop that. And even if you do know a magician, even though I playfully said, just hook me up with this individual so I could get rich quick. But since it doesn't work that way, and if you think that I could do that, and I never stated that I could just make someone rich because they have a pipe dream, then it's like, now you're seeing things well, for what it's not. Kind of reminds me of myself more than 10 years ago, and I'm working with the demonic with a pipe dream. I had literally a pipe dream, and this demonic specifically told me my head is in the clouds. Now, I was much younger at that point, and I didn't want to listen because I was doing a lot of this, a lot of feeling, and I wasn't doing a lot of this, a lot of thinking objectively. It's like magic is in fact subjective, but the moment you engage in it and the moment that you get results, then that is when it becomes objective for you. So in other words, I wasn't paying attention to the objective. My head is in the clouds, I'm not listening, and it took many times over for me to get the point. That means I had to learn my lesson the hard way. Cry if I wanted to, got upset if I wanted to, but I've learned magic doesn't work that way. It works a certain way. If you want that millions or billions of dollars, what avenue do you have that you could get that? Do you already have a small business? That's something that a practitioner like myself as a male witch, I could work with a client like that to give that person more finances. You see, maybe Sun Talak could help you with that. I don't mind connecting with him to help you better your business. See, are your psychic senses open enough? And those are one of the questions I could ask. I'm like, well, how do you communicate with these beings? You know, whatever it is that you work with. It's like, is your psychic senses open? What is the best psychic sense that you have? Is it your clairaudient? Are you clairvoyant? What is it that you have that you could utilize? Because when I go to these beings and then they go to you, you have to be psychically open enough to understand the message. Not come back to me and ask me what did they say, when in fact they came to you. And that to me is very upsetting, because you have to realize that the spirit world has a particular signature, a particular identifying mark that they work with. It could be synchronicities, the list goes on. There's websites that even bring this out. And if you're not willing to even go that far to do your own research, and mind you, even if I provide you with the research, which again, if you don't know, it's not a crime. I'll supply the information so that you could get it and you could benefit yourself. Imagine that. Imagine not being psychically able to see things, which is clairvoyance. You could see these things. And let's say you wanted to say yes, just for me to do the ritual or something like that. You pay me, and you're not really good with clairvoyance whatsoever. That particular being comes to you, you can't see them. Then it's like, whose fault is it? You get what I'm trying to say? This is why I ask these questions, and I get these emails where people are upset. And I'm not upset with everyone. I'm upset with the ones that, when asked to do a task, they themselves would agree with it, they go back on their own word, and then they try to flip it around. Or when I give a task, they flat out just don't want to do it and still expect immediate results. Just immediate results. To them, it should happen just like that. The longest they'll wait is just a month. And I'm saying to myself, it's like, I say this time and time again, you know, but yet it just doesn't get through. Hopefully it gets through with this video, and I could have those who like this video, great, like it. Share it with other, let's say that other individuals that you communicate with on a daily basis that have these questions on how an actual practitioner like myself, that's a male witch, would do these things and how you get results. You know, it's either you share this video, you learn yourself, or you don't learn at all. You pay someone your money and you just been, you know, scammed. At least I'm able to get on camera to tell you this is how my services work. And don't ask for services that I don't provide in the description below. I specifically am very clear on how I'm able to come across and what your expectations may be. If it's a pipe dream, that it's just one of those things where it's like you have to ask yourself these questions. Because you know why? Way back in the days, these beings, they wanted me to ask myself these questions. And you know what? I didn't even have an answer because I was doing a lot of this. Feeling, I had a pipe dream. I just wanted this for the sake of wanting it. And it's just sooner than later, I realized, I've learned with all that trial and error, I've learned, and then I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. Because if I don't have the understanding on how magic works or anything like that, then how am I supposed to be aware, the keyword is aware, for how the demonic or the angels or whatever are communicating with me and how they're going to have these doors open up so that I could take advantage and just do it. You see, I did the work. That's why I'm able to say that I'm happy that I could be on camera and I can help you guys. I can help you guys so that you could get the services that you feel that you deserve. As I say, the work that you put into it is what you're going to get out. If I'm going to Belial to help you with your court cases and you're not doing what I asked you to, like not to worry too much about the court case, and you do the exact opposite, why do you think that court case didn't go so well? You know, I'm baffled sometimes by these things. I'm just baffled. Nobody wants to do the work. Not a soul. Well, I just hope that this video, it clears out, it irons out all the misunderstanding. I love every single one of you. See you around. Bye.